Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside of Gold Arena here in Newark, Delaware. It's the First State Showcase final day. We have the middle game here featuring the Villanova Wildcats and the Stony Brook Seawolves. Glad to have you along here on this Sunday. Some hockey weather outside for those that have joined us here in Newark. A little snowy on the way in for the fans who have joined us today. And it's just been absolutely terrific to have everybody along for the show today. James Witherite, our TD for this one, Joe Stony on the cameras. All the group that's been here all week have made this absolutely fantastic, and I am looking forward to getting the call here for this middle contest on Sunday. Mark McClure, glad to be with you. Villanova 1-1 so far in this showcase. They played terrifically right out of the gates on Friday, beating John Carroll 6-0 in that game. It was scoreless after one, but Villanova really put on the afterburners in the final two periods to put away the Blue Streaks in that one, and then in the game yesterday against Colorado State, a brutally physical, high-quality hockey game. They lost it right at the very end. Colorado State with a deflected goal. Goaltender Lulu Rada just didn't quite get enough of what turned out to be the game-winning goal in that one for the Rams. So that leads them in with this 1-1 record. On the other side, you see the Stony Brook Seawolves, who have yet to come on the ice. They are also 1-1 in this tournament, and they have had similar play, to say the least. Two very, very close games. They are 1-1 with wins against Colorado State. They won that one right at the very end on a power play goal, and then a loss against Grand Canyon yesterday. So this, based on what we can see and the numbers that we have, is going to be a very tightly contested contest here in Gold Arena. Records coming into this contest, Villanova, they're sitting at 12-3-1. And Stony Brook on the other end, 11-9-2. And the one thing that's really stuck out so far about this Villanova team has been how high quality their special teams has been. 9 for 9 on the penalty kill so far, and they've gotten used to the elements as well here at Gold Arena. So we're going to go ahead and throw it down on the ice. We'll get starting lineups in the national anthem.
Between the visiting Villanova Wildcats and the designated home team of the Stony Brook Seawolves. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First, for the Villanova Wildcats, at left wing, number 16, Michael Bianco. At center, number 71, Charles Davis. And at right wing, number 8, Brendan O'Brien. At left defense, number 27, David Play. At right defense, number 3, James Reagan. And starting in goal, number 30, Dimitri Caprano. Now for the Stony Brook Seawolves. Starting in left wing, number 88, Robert Hyde. At center, number 16, Lorenzo Mora. At right wing, number 13, Justin Nakagawa. On left defense, number 44, Colin Wenrick. On right defense, number 73, Jackson Haskins. number 45, Michael Villanova. Now, we ask all who are able to rise and remove their caps for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the heavens light o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Just about time for hockey here from Newark, Delaware. It's Gold Arena. Villanova, Stony Brook. Villanova has played all 3 games on Gold Arena's ice so far this week, and they're very used to some of the differing styles that you need to play on this ice. The big thing, of course, the low ceiling. That's going to be the number one. Chipping the puck out, you got to be a little bit more technical about what you have to do to get it out. So Stony Brook, they've not had to deal with that yet this week, and they've done both of their games so far over on Fred Rush. So we might need to see a little bit of an adjustment as this game goes along. Opening face-off as these teams dig in. Charles Davis taking it and winning it for Nova, getting the better of Lorenzo Mara. Nova, this is a quick team. You're definitely going to see a lot of that speed on display, particularly in the early periods against the Stony Brook team. Got some good size out there for the Seawolves, and that's going to be really how these two teams dictate this game. Is the physicality of Stony Brook going to come out more, or the speed of the Wildcats? And that's the thing we'll have our eye on as this game goes along into the first minute. Nova with possession down into the corner. They wanted to get it out to the left point, but it was intercepted. That was Justin Nakagawa that got the rush started. Shot off the side of the net, pops up, and Nova will take it from there. They try to get a clearance out, can't get it all the way out. Held in there by Paul DeZaro. Now Stony Brook, tight angle, shot saved for a moment there by Kapranov. He didn't know where it was at. The puck stuck in behind the net. Kapranov, a very solid performance in his only appearance so far this weekend. A shutout of the John Carroll Blue Streaks on Friday. Got the day off yesterday. Lulurada tended to twine. Deep in their own end, Stony Brook will work it up. Christian Malik had it now near the corner. Wanted to get it back out to DeZaro. Couldn't get it all the way out. Now it's stuck near the high slot. Swept free by Villanova, back out towards neutral ice. Valenti will dump it back into the corner, and the Seawolves will get a change in. Up to the near side. Fidecaro for Villanova got his stick hung up for a moment there, and Stony Brook able to recollect. Down by the red line, and this one is lost. Shot from distance goes right into the glove of Michael Foglia, and we will get a stoppage. Replay off that first shot, tight angle, but a good job by Kapranov handling his business. 18:05 left in the first period. Stony Brook has to go behind their own net to recover the puck. Dylan Anderson continuing to put on a very high-quality forecheck. Stony Brook working it out. Peter Labos send it back out to the neutral zone. Stan Wheeler picks it up there. Backhand pass got deflected and taken away. Ted Valenti brought it into the zone. Didn't get very far before Villanova was able to pick it back up. Anderson up the near side boards. Couldn't hang on to it. Stony Brook will look to reset. Long pass up. Goes off the stick of Smith. Now onto the left side. Stony Brook will 2-on-2 developing. A shot goes well wide off the stick of Anthony Vernillo. Villanova dumps in and goes for a change. Christian Lepore doing the honors there. Stony Brook picks it back up. They're going left to right with speed. Couldn't really get into the zone. Now working the other direction. Leo Polsinelli was the one that brought it in. So far, Stony Brook being aggressive, but the forecheck of Villanova has been terrific so far. Nearly another turnover force there. Colin Sullivan was putting on the pressure. Avian Peretti gave it off here. Reagan's pass intercepted. Stony Brook back into the offensive zone. Quickly retreating is Peretti. He'll play it back behind the goal. Polsinelli wanted to play it up. It didn't hit anybody, but there will be no icing. Waved off by the near side linesman. Played just over 3.5 minutes, no score, and yet to find a very high quality scoring chance for either side. Thomas Lynch for Nova. Plays it off to Sebastian Novin. Novin up the near side boards. Tried to get it through two Seawolves, but couldn't quite negotiate that pass. Charles Poirier with the dump. Nova was first to get it. Played back out to neutral ice. A battle for it as it drifts back into the D zone here for the Seawolves. Off the boards. That was on the wrong side of the red line, but icing waved off again. Recovered here, Thomas Lynch. Lynch turnover in a bad spot. Puck drifts into the crease area, but a shot came on from a tight angle that Kapranov handled. Anastasio wanted to play it towards the middle. Able to find the stick of Poirier. Now a quick give off. Here's Robert Hyde, a shot, and that one goes high and wide. Rebound chance has a similar fate and will have a stoppage as the net came off. Some quick action there for the Seawolves going left to right. Hyde with an opportunity, but he just could not find the cage. Draw will go to the right side of Kapranov, and we may see a dismissal from the circle, and we will. Kermanek was initially taken out, but now he's able to drift back in. Now he wins it, tries to take it straight in, wraparound chance. He couldn't tuck it in, and the net came off again as Kapranov quickly went from pole to pole to keep that one out. Right off the draw, quick pressure. But Kapranov is shown so far it's going to take a lot to beat him. Quick shot off the draw. Got deflected up into the low ceiling. So Kermanek will drift in again for another face-off, this time to the left side of Kapranov. Draw tied up, comes to the near boards. Nova, the first one's to it. They try to flick it out of the zone. DeZero held it in momentarily. Then Valenti was able to try to hold it in, but eventually Nova does recapture the puck in their own end. It gets dumped back inside of the Nova zone, though. Gannon Austin goes back to retrieve. Another turnover in the defensive zone, though. Pressure starting to come from Stony Brook as we played just over 5 minutes in this game and still no score. Kermanek tried to drop that one behind. Nobody home for Stony Brook. They'll try to recover it as bodies hit the ice D or the blue line. And this puck looks like it got lost in the bench. And this face-off looks like it will likely come right at the dot on the right side of Kapranov. It will come into the zone. Looks like it was flicked out from that side of the blue line. Evan Noble digging in to take this draw, and this one won by Stony Brook, however. Now a chance in front, all alone, pass in front. There was an empty cage, nobody there. Colin Wenrick ended up coming up with the puck. Nova desperately trying to get it out. They do flick it out, and immediately icing is waved off. So they'll have to go the distance here to at least give Nova an opportunity to take a breath. They spent a whole lot of time in their defensive zone as Dylan Anderson working on the far side corner boards. Loses control of the puck. Now chance for a two-a-side break here for the Seawolves. Good stick check there by James Reagan. He kept any danger out of the way. Puck goes back towards the far side boards. Flicked over to Anderson. Now he has an opportunity to get it out to neutral ice. Makes a nifty move. Lost his defender momentarily, but the puck drifted off of his stick. And now here come Stony Brook again. Peretti gave it off to Reagan. That was Wheeler checked that. Now to the near side. Anastasio. There's an opportunity. Poirier. Now back over to Anastasio into the slot. A shot. He scored. Went 5-hole on Kapranov. And Stony Brook has the lead. That was a nifty little move from a defenseman there. First goal this season for Anastasio. First point, as a matter of fact. He's only played 4 games so far this season. And just managed to slide that 5-hole on Kapranov. That's the first goal he's given up all weekend as Stony Brook has a 1-0 lead. Draw goes immediately back to Villanova, and we will have an immediate stoppage. And one of the referees immediately caught something, and it looks like we're going to get offsetting minors. 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, as a matter of fact. Michael Bianco was one of them. So we're going to play a little 4-on-4 hockey, and that should play to the strengths of Villanova, realistically. We'll get the guilty party for Stony Brook. It actually looks like that is going to be number 48, Nate Legret.
Scored by number 21, Joseph.
Stony Brook coming up the near side. Villanova quickly takes it. They've got a 3-on-2 brewing here. Good opportunity for the Wildcats. Charles Davis leading it. Wanted to pass across, but nobody was there. Thomas Lidge was lurking there. Now a shot comes in from a tight angle. That came from Brennan O'Brien. So again, 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties lead us to this 4-on-4. Drifting in from a tight angle, Poirier swinging it around. A Seawolf lost a skate, and now it's a 2-on-1. Good opportunity here for Nova. Chance in front, and a tight angle shot saved. Novin had a problem settling that down and couldn't get a really high-quality look.
The Villanova penalty was assessed to number 16, Michael Bianco. Also 2 minutes for slashing at 6:48. 48, Stony Brook, 16, Villanova. Both guys, 2 minutes for slashing at 6:48.
Here is the draw, and that won by Villanova. Stan Wheeler tries to go D-to-D at the top with Gannon Austin. Puck dumped in behind the Seawolf net. Looks like those were actually offsetting slashes. So that was the official call. Even though it did look for a moment like that was an unsportsmanlike conduct, it was a slash that the referee called. Again, still though 4-on-4. 11:53 remaining here in period number 1. 1-0 Seawolves. Puck dumped in behind the net. Stan Wheeler will look to recover it. He's pressured by Hyde there for the Seawolves. Going to create a turnover. Valenti came up with the puck. They try to flip it into the slot area, but it goes over a stick and back into the neutral zone. Hide forechecking here for Stony Brook. That's going to pay off as Valenti will come up with it. Valenti high slot. He tries a shot, kind of flicked it over the top of the crossbar. And Villanova will recover there. 8 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. Stan Wheeler brings it up the ice. Quick with speed on the near side boards. Bottom of the left dot, pass out to the point. Here's a shot through traffic, got blocked. Evan Noble with the initial shot, and then one of the Wolves caught it in the lower body. Here's Noble with it again, played it off the glass. That pass got intercepted momentarily. Nova coming up with it again. They got to try and find some life here offensively. Trailing by 1, and they spent most of this period in the defensive zone. James Reagan kind of poked it towards the net. That one went off a pad. Now a battle for it, and finally a cover courtesy of Michael Foglia. And we get a look in. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. Call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-LONG to schedule a free consultation. That's 302-466-LONG. Draw to the left side of Foglia. Stony Brook will look to come away with possessions. It's still a battle near the far boards. Now they will eventually come up with it, and this will be flicked to neutral ice, where it's picked up by Stony Brook, and Cooper Smith going right into the teeth of the defense. His pass towards the high slot, though, intercepted. Flicked off the backside of the skate there by Colin Sullivan. Was able to maintain possession for Nova. Now Sullivan with it. It took a little bit of a cross check. And will there be a penalty? It looked like they got him for that cross check. Absolutely. Good catch there by the referee. And Jackson Haskins will head to the sin bin. And Villanova will go to the power play. So an opportunity to get back on level terms here if you're Villanova. Down 1-0 and get a power play midway through the period. And you're able to win the draw as well. James Reagan will take control. Reagan gives it off Charles Davis. Davis dumped it back behind the net, found O'Brien. He's definitely a big threat, a guy to keep an eye on. 7 goals, so far this season for O'Brien. Reagan to Davis. Davis waiting for an avenue. Goes back out to Reagan. Flips it near side, a drive that took a deflection and went wide. Peretti had the shot. Now here's Reagan with it again. Reagan shoots it, tried to pick out the far side, but he missed it. Stony Brook get fresh killers on. Charles Davis circling on his own side of neutral ice. Davis does gain the blue line. He'll wait. Find a pass to O'Brien. O'Brien goes behind the net. He'll swing it around to Peretti on the left side. Peretti back to O'Brien. Now right side, Reagan. Reagan thinks about a shot. That one drifted well wide. Battle back in the near side. Stony Brook comes up with it. They will clear it out to the neutral zone. 45 seconds left on the cross-checking minor. Now finally the second unit comes out for Villanova. The first unit went nearly 90 seconds on that power play. Quick clear here by Stony Brook as Villanova was unable to get possession in the offensive end. So Noble will get it started. He'll gain red, then not gain blue as Stony Brook comes away with it. Backhand flick. Doesn't get it all the way down the ice, so an opportunity here for Sebastian Novin to get something going. Left side. Draw will come to the right side of Michael Foglia. Only making his third start this season as the goals against average north of 7. But again, very limited sample size. For the goaltender from Grand Island, New York. The penalty officially killed off by Stony Brook. We're back to 5 aside with 7:32 left to go in the first period. Sebastian Novin tries to get it past the blue line. Is able to dump it in. Recovered in the corner. Christian Lepore. Now over on his own is Dylan Anderson's got no teammates with him. Tries to find a high slot pass. And that was Anderson, Evan Noble, excuse me, that wore a hit in the high slot, but it was a good-looking hit. Now a shot here from the top of the red circle. That was blocked, and it drifts back out to the neutral zone. Thomas Lynch dumps it in, and pretty much a wholesale change for Nova. They needed some fresh legs. 1-0 Stony Brook, 6:50 to go in the first. Now finally getting a bit of offensive zone time. Villanova had really dominated for a moment was Stony Brook, but again, they quickly give it away. Played off the boards by Thomas Huard. Villanova wanted to chase after it, but it'll be recovered deep in the own end by Wenright. Up the near side, Jack Mancini plays it off the boards. But Stony Brook, again, just cannot chase it down on the forecheck. They're getting bodies forward, but they cannot gain any possession. Hyde plays it off the boards. Now drifting in, a nice, nifty move there. The puck went in the net, but the referee waves it off. Not sure if it's found its way in, but Kapranov did eventually come up with it. The shot from Nakagawa. Forward from San Diego.
No goal.
And confirmed, no goal is the call. So we will stay at 1-0. So to Kapranov's left will have a draw. And this draw is won by Villanova. Something really they've done well all week. I don't know the official numbers, but really it's felt like a lot of the pivotal draws they have won. 5:53 left to go. Here in the first period. Puck dumped in by Tyler Cooper. Nova goes after the chase. Now it's a 5v1 as Villanova went for a change. And the lone soldier down there was number 23, Grant McCormick. And we will have a stoppage and a draw will come to the left of Foglia. Make a truly American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in Nearmont, Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides, sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road. Claymont open Monday through Saturday. Or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbarbecueandjerky.com. 5:18 left to go, and we'll have icing here against Stony Brook. So the draw will come back here into the Seawolves' end. Davis to take the draw for Nova. RJ Sember for Stony Brook. It comes out to the neutral zone, and the dump attempt that goes straight off of the safety netting. And we'll have another draw. You can start to feel a little bit Villanova's excited that wherever their next game is, will maybe have a bit of a higher ceiling for them to be able to dump those pucks in. So the puck comes out, and the face-off to the center ice dot. Villanova comes away with possession. Davian Peretti gives it off to Davis. Davis splits two defenders. That was a nifty move. Trying to get a shot off. He does, but a save made by Foglia. That was a very impressive individual effort from Davis, but now 3-on-2 brewing the other way if Stony Brook can take advantage. Puck taken behind the net by Hudson DiNapoli, and he wore a big shot. Now a chance to over the other way. A shot sliding in, out of control was Brendan O'Brien. He went flying into the back boards. Did get the shot off. It was turned away by Foglia, but take a look at this quick. You can kind of see him coming in with a brutal pace. Then he lost his footing and then flew into the boards. Still a 1-0 game. Joseph Anastasio's goal is still the difference in this one. Draw to the left side of Foglia. Again, Nova comes away with possession. This time they can't do anything with it, though. Jackson Haskins will play it back out to the neutral zone. Quickly running after it, though, is Anthony Vernillo. He plays the pass into the middle. Peter Labos back out to Haskins. Now a shot from the left point from Wenrick. That one blockered away. And then a good job there by Kapranov. Saw the loose puck out by the left post. And he'll cover it, get a face-off. 4:08 to go in period number one. Been an exciting back-and-forth contest. Listing the shots at 8-6 in favor of Villanova, so they've certainly played well enough to find an equalizing goal, but Michael Foglia has been staunch in net. Stony Brook wins the draw. Wenrick's shot from the left point took a deflection and went high. Sebastian Novin. Stony Brook still with it, and now in the high slot, Christian Malik took a dump. And here we go the other way, Villanova. Took a spill, I should say. Would have been some better language there as the shot comes from the far side from Villanova. Now shot from the right side. Thomas Lynch has that one turned away by Foglia. So Stony Brook looks to find possession back near the front of the net. That shot took a deflection. Smith tried to find a way in, but again, Kapranov stands strong. Draw one by Stony Brook. Chance near the front of the net. Couldn't direct it on frame. Now Thomas Lynch with it. Plays it off the far side boards. Couldn't get it all the way out. 3:01 left to go in the first period. Villanova looking to clear it away. Dylan Anderson up the near side. Couldn't get it out again. It's fired back in by Stony Brook. Now Valenti with it on the near side corner boards. He tried to shake a defender, couldn't quite get it away. Now Smith at the blue line. Here's Valenti drifting towards the top of the circle, back up to the top of the slot. Kowalski to Valenti, back over to Kowalski. And now pass out, trickles over the stick of Anthony Vernillo. .2:15 to go in the period. Now Villanova, chance to go the other way. They got a 3-on-2, led ahead here by Jonathan Nawrocki. And he just put it on net, and it is saved and covered there. It is controlled by Stony Brook. They have an opportunity to bring it out. And looks like we're going to have a penalty coming up there. It looked like that was interference against Villanova, and that will be the call. Hyde was trying to make his way up ice. And he got dropped there. by Gannon Austin, who will be the guilty party with exactly 2 minutes left. So this penalty will take us to the first intermission, of course, barring a goal here from Stony Brook. But like we said, Villanova has been tough to crack on the power play. 9 for 9 so far in this showcase. Draw one by Stony Brook. Poirier. Nakagawa back to Poirier. Wanted to try and force it off to the left side. Was a shooting lane there for Desaro. Nakagawa. Kormanik plays it back to the near side. Looking for a shooting lane. Poirier back to Nakagawa. He drifts in, takes a shot. Save made. Now a loose puck that is flipped back out to the neutral zone. Villanova PK again. See the numbers there, 9 of 9. That's perfect so far for the Cats. And so far they're looking awfully sharp on this one. They've killed nearly half the time. And Villanova has really taken all the space away from Stony Brook. 1 minute left to play here in the period. Up the near side, Hyde rattles it around the boards. It goes back out to the point. Poirier's shot was saved, and it went off the backside of the net. Chance to recover here for Stony Brook. They nearly lost the zone, and now they do. So quick tag up here, 30 seconds left in the period. Hyde wanted to take a shot, blocked up high by Peretti. Goes to the near side boards. Another battle for the puck. Hyde in there for Stony Brook, trying to free this thing. Villanova still killing the time well, and looks like we're going to have another penalty. And this time we're going to high stick it. And this one will be against Stony Brook, so that will kill the power play opportunity. And Anthony Vernillo will head to the box for the 3rd time this season. So we'll get the final 11 seconds of this period will be 4-on-4. And then the Cats, they'll get a power play coming out in the second period. Charles Davis in the top line on for Villanova. They do lose this draw, though, a pivotal one, and that should allow Stony Brook to see out the rest of this first period. But another successful kill by Villanova, though they do trail by a score of 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. And this game continues to be a high-quality matchup. So we'll go ahead and step aside and head to intermission, back for second period action.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back inside of Gold Arena here in Newark, Delaware, as Villanova trails Stony Brook by a score of 1-0, start of the second period. Glad to be with you here on this Sunday afternoon. Mark McClure live on the call. Joe Stony on the camera. James Witherite behind the scenes technical directing for us this afternoon. Game 2 of 3 here from the First State Showcase Sunday's slate as the second period draw is won by Stony Brook initially, but now Villanova, they have control of it. They're going left to right. They got the Navy sweaters on today as Stony Brook goes right to left there in the red. Up the near side quickly. Here comes James Reagan. The one goal in this game, the difference, Joseph Anastasio. We saw the coaching staff between periods putting some tape on a puck for him. That was his first goal here for Stony Brook. So a special moment for him on this Sunday from Gold Arena. Final game on tap. That's later tonight over on Fred Rust. 4 o'clock start for that one. That one will pit the University of Delaware Blue Hens against the Colorado State Rams. You'll be able to catch that right here on the Delaware Hockey Network, 412 Communications YouTube. And James Witherite, you'll get him on the call for the finale of this First State Showcase. It's been a wonderful weekend. 6 fantastic teams. And so far, 7 in a period great games. Up the far side wing, here's Brennan O'Brien. He tries a shot. That one did not come off his stick right. Minute and a half gone here in the second period. Stony Brook looking to add to the lead while Villanova on the fight for an equalizer. And quickly up the near side, Thomas Lynch. Lynch looks for a cross-ice pass. He finds Jack Fittacaro. Far side. Goes out towards the neutral zone, and behind the play, the referee blows it dead. Looks like there is another penalty coming up. No, this is about where the face-off's going to be. Center ice. And I believe there's a question about the door being open on the far side corner, and that is exactly what it is. The referee caught that quickly, and thankfully he did. Of course, that's always a safety issue.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Yeah, we're back here at Gold Arena in Newark, Delaware. 2 minutes, nearly 2 minutes, I should say, into the second period of play. Stoppage due to the doors, the Zamboni doors, not the ones that the Zambonis actually come out of here at this rink, but the other ones on the far side don't get a whole lot of use, but there's an issue with them being secured. You can see them kind of giving way a little bit during the break. The officials were kind of testing it a little bit. Ryan Bankin down there, the referee caught it immediately when he kind of leaned into the boards and felt it give away. Colby Sakuma, as I may mention, the other referee down there right now, and the folks at the Delaware facilities helping try to chip the ice down a little bit to help the board settle a little bit more and be more secure. So if somebody takes a hit down there, they don't come all the way in, and somebody could get hurt that way. So it's smart and always a player safety first approach here by the HCHA. If they see something like that, they're not going to play until the officials are 100% confident that the ice and the boards are good to go. So just a short pause here. Both sides trying to keep themselves warm as we go along in this contest. A goal came in the first period. It came from Joseph Anastasio, his first goal as a member of the Stony Brook Seawolves team. We'll go ahead and take a look at it right now. It was a nifty move, I will say, for a defenseman, as he drifted straight up into the offensive zone, did it all himself after this little drop pass. He kind of just dumped it in and was able to swing it right in between the pads of goaltender Dmitry Kapranov. Kapranov, first goal he has allowed in this showcase so far after a terrific shutout performance against John Carroll on Friday. Lou Larada tended the net yesterday, and he ended up giving up 2 goals in that contest. But the Villanova defending and goaltending has been a real bright spot in this tournament for head coach John Morris. As the boards are closed again, the referees will go down there and check again to see if it will suffice. It will not, though, at the current time. And something worth mentioning, how good the crowds have been at this tournament. Both these sides throughout the tournament, all 6 teams, I should say, have had wonderful fan support. You would think for groups like Colorado State and Grand Canyon, it would be difficult to travel for games here all the way on the East Coast, but their fans have made the trip. They've been great to talk to, and they've loved this opportunity to play here in the first ever First State Showcase. So hopefully we'll have another as time goes along, and this won't be the last First State Showcase. There's been great hockey all weekend, so many close competitive games decided late. We've seen several games decided in either the last 2 minutes of a game or overtime. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of this entire operation as, again, they will go ahead and test it out to see if they can get to a place where they can play on. Looks much better down there on this test, but we'll see if it is sufficient for the captains and for the referees. certainly is still just a little bit of give down there, but we'll just have to wait and see with what the officials are comfortable with at continuing this contest. And this has been an issue at other times in Delaware Hockey Night history. For the very diehard fans of this program would know way back at the beginning of the 2022 season, Bowie Ice Arena, Delaware, Maryland. That game had to be abandoned because a plane of glass came off the back of the net boards, and that game only made it through 2 periods. So it has happened before, and hopefully this game can continue. Two officials, again, Kobe Sakuma, Ryan Bankin, are discussing what the next move will be there. And we'll see if there will be any additional issues.
Both teams will be adjourned to their locker rooms until the situation has been rectified.
Okay, so
5 minutes.
the officials are going to go ahead and send Nova and Stony Brook back to the locker room with 1 minute and 55 left to go, and they'll reconvene, and I believe they said 5 minutes with an additional decision on this game, as they will continue to go ahead and work on the ice in the far side corner. So we will go ahead and step aside and take a break, and we'll come back when we have more information to you. But this game paused here with 18:05 left in the second period. It's a 1-0 lead for Stony Brook. You're watching the First State Showcase on the Delaware Hockey Network. welcome back to Gold Arena here on the campus of the University of Delaware. And we are back to action. The officials, after a maintenance delay that lasted around 15 minutes, the two teams were ready to come out. They were going to give them a 5-minute warm-up, but they said, hey, forget it, we're warm, let's play. So after about a minute of a quick skate, we're back underway here with the final 18 minutes of period number 2 and then the third to follow. Stony Brook, if you forgot, in the red, they're going right to left here in period number 2. Villanova, they'll go left to right here in their navy sweaters. Special shout out to both of the referees in this afternoon's contest, Colby Sakuma, Ryan Bankin, for handling all that, as well as, of course, the facilities folks here at UD. Has a shot from a tight angle save there, and after Joseph Anastasio scored his first goal, now all of a sudden he's like, I want more. He had that shot for the tight angle. This one could not find the back of the net, however. Poirier, by the way, I had failed to mention, did have the assist on that goal. Still a 1-0 game now. A chance from a rebound. The whistle blew before the shot went in. The shot went in off the rebound, but there was a quick whistle and a stoppage of play. And we'll take a second look at it. You can see behind the net, Stony Brook had possession. Shot came in, then a quick rebound, and it did go in. But, again, we did distinctly hear a whistle before it went to the back of the net. Will there be a change, however, in this call as the officials get together?
The call on the ice is no goal.
The call on the ice is no goal. As the referees are over to speak with Chris Garofalo, kind of explain what happened in that situation, because certainly felt like Stony Brook should have a second. But certainly the case is very strong for Villanova. That whistle clearly came before the goal was scored. And while Chris Garofalo may not be happy with the call, he is at least satisfied with the explanation given, and we will continue play. Stony Brook has it at neutral ice. Hyde's going to dump it in from the red line. That is not icing. He was on the right side of the red line for his case, at least. Villanova goes down there to retrieve it. It'll be picked up by Sebastian Novin. Novin tried to chip it loose as the puck goes out to the neutral zone. Stony Brook forcing it ahead. They have an opportunity here on the rush, one-on-one, and nothing comes of it as Justin Nakagawa ended up losing his skate as he tried to go in on net. Villanova trying to make something happen. A pass off the boards, goes back out to the neutral zone. Tyler Cooper picks it up. They'll play it off the near side. Then Evan Noble will bring it all the way into the zone, or dump it in the zone, I should say. Foglia held it there, and now Stony Brook will bring it out. Kowalski quickly puts it into the zone. It did go off the stick of Kapranov. 16:08 remaining in the second period. 1-0 Stony Brook. In what's been a physical game so far. Villanova with Christian Lepore as his dump attempt was hit over the boards and into the bench for stoppage. And we'll have a draw right in front of the Nova bench. Stony Brook gets possession off the draw. Cooper Smith at the near side corner boards, tried to play it off. Wenrick wanted to get a shot off. He ended up losing possession of it. Now a two-a-side break the other way is broken up well there by Peter Labos. Villanova recovers near center ice. They give it away, however. Anthony Vernillo brings it in. Good pass across. It got off the stick of Labos, and now a shot. Looks like it went off the post there. Now a shot from down. Went wide there. A good effort from Cooper Smith. Now Wenrick a shot. That one took a deflection up high. And finally Villanova able to get it clear, at least for the time being. Smith dumps the puck back in. Now a shot from a tight angle there. Again turned away by Kapranov. Labos looking for that 5th goal of the season. Poirier will reset things here for Stony Brook. Now a pass up to the far side. Nate Legret tried a shot, and that one goes wide. Puck comes up the near side boards. Poirier trying to track back to get it, and he's able to quickly get it off to Joseph Anastasio. Anastasio back to Poirier. Now pass a little bit behind the intended target there, R.J. Sember. And that nearly led to a turnover, but Stony Brook able to recover. Zaro shot that up and away from the net, did not force Kapranov into action. Backhand pass goes off of Charles Davis' stick, and it looks like we're going to get offside here against the Wildcats. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and its clientele. Broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. East Coast to West Coast and everywhere in between. Let's talk about how to get you noticed. Visit 412communications.com today. Villanova still looking to find their feet after the resumption of play. Stony Brook has clearly had the better opportunities so far. And they currently lead on the scoreboard 1-0. Nova had some opportunities late in the period. They had the power play to start the period, I should say. But nothing of really high quality came off of that, and that's been the story here so far through the beginning of this second period. Kormanek leads the charge forward. He lost his footing. Nova takes it the other way. It's only momentary though, as Paul DeZaro comes back up with it. Now Kormanek will dump it in. It goes off the boards behind the net. It's recovered there by Reagan, and Villanova will try to get it out. They're not going to get it past the blue line, however, before it's dumped back in. Nakagawa plays it back out. Shot comes from a distance there. Ted Valenti saw that one deflected wide. And a whistle from behind the play. Looks like we're going to get a roughing penalty. At least that's what was signaled. And yes, it is going to be James Reagan heading to the box for Villanova. And we will get a Stony Brook power play. Can the perfect record continue? That becomes the question. 10 of 10 on the kill so far for Villanova. Draw one by Stony Brook, and they'll set themselves up. Jackson Haskins at the point. Wenrick, here's a shot that took a deflection but didn't get all the way through. Haskins recovers near the corner boards. He waits, plays it behind the net. Then gets it back, and then the puck drifts towards the neutral zone. Here's a shorthanded rush, 2-on-1 for Nova. Opportunity for the Cats. The pause and a shot, and a great save by Foglia. He denied Charles Davis on that one. And now a rush the other way, 3-on-1, led by Haskins. Haskins tried to do the little give and go there, but the pass back was behind him. And the puck cleared out by Villanova. Flurry of chances, one going each way. Foglia holds it behind the net. Haskins will be back to retrieve. He's pressured by Christian Lepore of Villanova. Wenrick gives it off. Pass fanned on there by Lorenzo Mara. Nearly cost them possession. Able to get it up, though, to Haskins. Now Wenrick, a nifty little move to find space. Wenrick to the left dot. Leaves it for DeZaro. And the puck finds its way all the way around to the far boards. Wenrick, top of the slot. Gave it off to DeZaro. Now behind the net, it's Mara, and it looks like the net came off of its moorings. And we'll take a look at that shorthanded chance for Villanova. Boy, this was a nice save by Fogley on Charles Davis. Off the break, did a great job waiting, getting the pass across into space, but an even better job by Fogley to get across the crease. Keep this game a 1-0 lead for Stony Brook. The draw taken back so quickly that it gets past all the Seawolves and back to the neutral zone with 25 seconds remaining on the minor penalty. 10:50 left to go in the period. Villanova looking to make it a perfect 10 for 10 on the kill. Make that 11 for 11 they would be if they kill this one off, and it looks like they're going to be able to do that as the final seconds drift off, and just like that, the 100% score continues for Villanova on the kill. Another beauty. $10:15 left to go. Stony Brook trying to hold on to it. A giveaway in a bad spot, and behind the play we will get a stoppage and a penalty, a trip. So for Villanova, it's a case of you get off the penalty kill, you go back on the penalty kill. And it looked like the guilty party there, number 12, Thomas Huard, tried to sneak onto the bench. Looks like the officials are just trying to decide who this penalty is on. Is it on 12, Thomas Huard, or is it 22, Jonathan Naraki? And after discussion, it will be on 22, Naraki. He'll get 2 for a trip. We're back to the penalty kill again. So more pressure on Villanova. Draw to the right side of Kapranov is initially won by Villanova. They cannot get a clear out of it, though. Now they do off the backhand after the puck was taken away from Robert Hyde. Jackson Haskins will start the rush here for Stony Brook. They're looking to extend that lead. Interesting note here on this Gold Arena ice this weekend. There has not been one special teams goal in 3 games now. No shorties, no power play goals. Every goal has come even strength. Draw won by Stony Brook. They're going to try to change that right here. Poirier swings it around behind on the boards. Villanova will now have a 3-on-1 battle for the puck. Stony Brook comes away with it. Poirier has it again. He gives it off to Nakagawa. Now a shot comes in. That one deflects high and up into the safety netting. And it seems like a lot of pressure on Dmitry Kapranov, but this is kind of a day at the office for him. You look at his numbers and the things he's done so far this season. 12 games, goals against average just north of 2. Save percentage nearing 94%. He is one of the best you're going to find. So it seems like a lot of pressure, but only a few times has he seen uncomfortable back there. Poirier plays it behind him. Lorenzo Mara looking for space. Gave it off to Cormanic. Now back up to Poirier. Thought about a shot, thinks better, and gives it away to Nakagawa. Back to Poirier, takes a shot. That was good defense there from Michael Bianco to lift the stick. Still in the zone here. Poirier, DeZaro, pass off. This saved by Kapranov as he denied Nakagawa, as we'll take a look. That was one of the few times on the power play we've seen Stony Brook have space to operate there, and Nakagawa from close range is denied. Does make your penalty killing a lot easier because, you know what they say, the biggest penalty killer on your team is the guy between the posts. And he has stepped up in a big way. Poirier gives it off to Zaro. A shot. That one's saved by the shoulder. And the clear goes the length of the ice, courtesy of Christian Lepore. Stony Brook recovers with Nakagawa. Nakagawa coming up with speed. Exploding. He's got some help with him if he wants it. He'll drift into the corner. Lost control of the puck, and again, this one cleared away, and the dominance on the kill continues. 3 for 3 on the day for Nova. They killed 6 yesterday against Colorado State, and they lost 3 on Friday. Stony Brook still with possession. Poirier dumps it in, but it looks like he was a little too quick there and didn't allow his teammates to tag up. So offside is the call. 7:48 to go in the second period. Been an elongated second period and a maintenance delay right at the start, but the teams have found their footing once again. As R.J. Sember will take the face-off against Thomas Huard. Huard wins it for Nova. Puck drifts back to Kowalski. And now dumped in by Stony Brook. Near side boards, it's recovered. Drifts in behind. R.J. Sember swinging around, looking for a passing option. Gets it to Kowalski. Kowalski lines up a shot, blockered away by Kapranov. Back up top, shot comes in again. That one took a deflection off of Legret's stick and into the safety net. Shots so far 14-11 by the count in favor of Stony Brook. And the draw will go to the left side of the Nova netminder. Kormanek wins it for Stony Brook. He's done well in the dot on a day where Stony Brook overall has performed poorly. Villanova able to get it back out to the neutral zone. Now here's Brendan O'Brien trying to split 2 defenders, and it couldn't get a shot off as one of the Stony Brook Seawolves lost a stick. Gannon Austin tries to pressure the puck back in. Can't. Now Kormanek has an opportunity the other way. Puck took an awkward hop off him, so he'll drop it back. Now a centering pass, can't do anything with it. Kapranov for a moment there was in panic mode, but he was able to see his defense get it back out to the neutral zone, and Kowalski now chasing back in the Seawolves end. Backhand clearance out to the neutral zone. James Reagan wanted to get a pass off Malik, nearly intercepted it, but Charles Davis came up with it. The battle continues in the neutral zone for possession. Valenti couldn't control the puck to avoid a too many men penalty. And now O'Brien again dumps it off Davis. A shot that blocked up high. Kowalski putting his body on the line to prevent that pass. Now to a side break. Anastasio couldn't make anything happen. Poirier goes back to recover it. He's got Cooper Smith with him on the wing. Tries to find him, but that was a little bit of a high pass for him. So he settles it down, gets it back out to Poirier at the left point. He's shoved into the boards. Now a little bit of a gruff battle for the puck that goes Stony Brook's way as they recover it. At center ice, Anastasio dumps it back in. Centering pass, couldn't get anything on that shot, was Peter Labos, and we'll have another stoppage for the netting, which has been a bit frustrating for Stony Brook. The amount that the puck, the net, has gone off of its moorings. Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware, Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. 5 minutes to go in period number 2, the penultimate game of the first state showcase. And it's been a good one so far with the Seawolves leading 1-0. We have not had a goal yet in period number 2. Villanova trying to change that. Christian Lepore has it behind the Stony Brook net, but he loses possession. He was outnumbered. Anastasio couldn't get it out. Recovered again by Villanova. It's back up at the point. Evan Noble dumps it back in. Noble still battling for it against 2 Seawolves. Now more players get involved and the puck squirts out. Opportunity here as the goaltender is bowled into by Cooper Smith. And he took the worst end of that. Woof. You could see Smith out of control as he was trying to split the defense. He found the space, but he just had no control there, so he exploded into Kapranov, and the draw will come back out to the neutral zone. Draw won by Stony Brook. Here's Hyde. Goes across to Nakagawa, who dumps it in behind. Recovered there by Mara. He wanted to play it back out to the point. Wenrick was waiting for it, couldn't get it there. Now an opportunity, Nakagawa in the slot. He was skating across, the shot saved. Stony Brook recovering again, still trying to make things happen. Wenrick, top of the left circle, looking for an avenue. Gets it back to Nakagawa. Now a shot from the right point, and that is saved right into the chest for Kapranov. And Villanova will make a wholesale change, but it looks like for the most part, the same line staying out there for Stony Brook. Liking some of the action they're getting. Coach Garofalo going to let those guys keep going to work, trying to put pressure on Villanova. They've done a good job holding the zone. It will drift back out to the neutral area here, however. Nova still putting pressure on the forecheck, but they cannot get an offensive opportunity out of it. Gannon Austin recovered it neutral ice, and he dumped it back in, chasing after it. Jonathan Noraki. Noraki with it now. Pass across. Here's Austin, a shot that high and wide. Jack Fittacaro, puck drifted across the crease. Surprisingly, Foglia was not real decisive in what he wanted to do there. Now a chance for Stony Brook going the other way. Shot comes in, save made by Kapranov. Had to make a pair, as a matter of fact, down there. Mancini brought it back into the zone. Stony Brook will grab a change. Now Stan Wheeler dispossessed to the puck, but nothing comes of it. R.J. Sember putting the pressure on. Pass intended for Brendan O'Brien, missed him, goes the length of the ice, and we'll have icing. Face-off will be to the right of Kapranov. Draw won by Sember, and a quick shot came off of that draw, but it went well wide. Stony Brook still holding the offensive zone. Can't really get any control of it. Sember trying to recover it. He can't, and it'll be taken the other way. Fittacaro takes it into the offensive zone, swings it around for O'Brien. O'Brien's pass into the middle, too much for Charles Davis. Held in at the point. Stony Brook, the first ones to it down near the corner boards. They can't come up with possession, however. Michael Bianco played it back to the point. Weak shot came in, got blocked, never made its way to Foglia, and then it goes out into the neutral zone where James Reagan will have to take it. Reagan places it in off of Anastasio's stick, and then it goes into the glove of Foglia, but he's content to keep play going. He gave it off behind the net instead of getting the face-off. It ends up being a costly decision as Nova quickly back in possession. The puck wraparound chance is walled off there. Bianco tried to put it in. Extracurricular activities on both sides. Nate Legret getting into it there with Bianco. Just 98 ticks left in period number 2, a period that has not seen any scoring. Just a handful of penalties on the score sheet. Draw won by Villanova. Shot comes in from Reagan. That was way wide, and a quick cover there from Foglia. Foglia playing well here in this his third contest of the year. Came in, he had struggled a little bit. 7.53 goals against average. And a sub-80 save percentage, but his defense has done well getting in front of a lot of shots, and he's done the rest of the work. Draw won by Cormanic of Stony Brook. He'll play it quickly behind. It'll be taken here by Ted Valenti. Can't get it all the way out, though, Stony Brook. Finally, they're able to dump it back towards the neutral zone. Still didn't get in. It took 2 tries. James Reagan back in his own zone, trying to retrieve the puck. Now Evan Noble back over to Reagan. Reagan still couldn't get it out. Stony Brook fighting valiantly for the puck with 60 seconds to go. Kowalski goes across it. Gets it back. Drifting, looking for an avenue. Wanted to get it near side to Malik. He couldn't control it. Had to go back out to the neutral zone. 45 ticks to go. Stony Brook 1, Villanova nothing. Evan Noble with it for Villanova in front of his own bench. He loses possession of it. Now here's Paul DeZaro going on 1v3. Had it poke checked away. Nice play there by Peretti. Noble recovers, has it behind his net. His outlet pass was poor. It was taken away by Cormanic. DeZaro. Now Cormanic wants to play it back out to the point. Kowalski's attempt in goes back to Cormanic. His centering pass goes to DeZaro, and a shot save made by Kabranov with 9 seconds to go. So possibly a chance just for a quick draw win and shot here for Stony Brook. That's what they're looking for, Villanova. They'll take a win here and take the 1-goal deficit to the intermission. Be tough for them to get up the ice with the little time remaining. It was initially won by Nova. It's held behind the net, and at this point they'll try and tie this thing up and get through the last couple seconds, and they do. And that is the end of an elongated second period after a maintenance delay. Still no scoring, though in the frame of the same scores we had at the end of the first. It's 1-0 Stony Brook. The first state showcase on Delaware Hockey.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area, and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site. 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
And welcome back to Gold Arena here on the campus of the University of Delaware after 2 periods of play. It's Stony Brook 1, Villanova nothing. It has been a battle so far, only a couple of penalties in the second period, but Villanova able to kill off both of those penalties. They have been perfect all day on the penalty kill, 12 of 12. Glad to be with you here on this Sunday. Mark McClure, Joe Sindoni helping us behind the scenes on camera. James Witherite, technical directing for the majority of the game as well. And you'll be able to catch the final game of this first stage showcase. 4 o'clock start for that one over on Fred Rust Arena. It's the University of Delaware, Colorado State at 4 p.m. Eastern here on the Delaware Hockey Network. But we still got a period left to play here at Gold, the final game here on Gold for the day. So draw here coming to the right side of Stony Brook goaltender Michael Foglia, who is perfect so far, a perfect 12 of 12 in this contest. Villanova looking to break them down when they get an opportunity to, but here come the Wildcats going right to left. They're in their navy sweaters. Stony Brook in the red. Seawolves controlling, and pass forward goes off the stick of Haskins. It's recovered back by the Wildcats, and Davian Peretti will start moving them forward, and it goes off of a stick of a Wildcat and into the Stony Brook bench. .19:21 to go in the third. And the draw will come from the neutral ice dot right by the Stony Brook bench. Draw one there by Villanova. Shot came off the stick of Jack Fittacaro. Save made, though, by Foglia. Now a shot from distance goes off of the chest of Kapranov, and he turns it away. Neither very threatening shots, but shots nonetheless. 19:04 to go in the period. Draw to the right side of Kapranov. Won by Stony Brook. Here's a shot quickly saved by Kapranov. DeZaro with a rip. So another quick face-off here, this time won by Villanova. Played off the boards by Gannon Austin. Comes up the near side. Sebastian Novin tried to reach out his stick on it. DeZaro came back, but Novin came up with it. Now his pass intercepted. Stony Brook trying to hold it at the blue line. Still loose at neutral ice. Stony Brook takes it voluntarily into their own zone. Charles Poirier will look to start the rush. Pass goes up the near side. Villanova's aggressive forecheck, though, continuing to make things difficult for Stony Brook. That's been a big plus for Villanova today, as this shot attempt got flicked high and up over the bar. Villanova has a chance to go 2-on-2 the other way. Can't make anything out of it here. Evan Noble has to recover in his own end. Pass up towards Christian Lepore. He held it momentarily. Now Novin. His pass off the boards intercepted. Wolves dump the puck in. Novin back to recover. He lets it swing around the boards. Dylan Anderson. Anderson up towards Noble. He held off 2 Seawolves and got it back to Anderson, but Anderson's forward pass nearly intercepted. Now a 2-on-1 opportunity here for Nova, and it's poke checked off the stick of Lepore. Back out to the neutral zone it goes. Dylan Kowalski in his own end. Pass forward here for Anthony Vernillo. Now up to the near side boards, Ted Valenti. Valenti's dump in goes off the boards. Didn't take the bounce he wanted. Goes straight to Kapranov, who covers for a draw. To the left side of Kapranov it goes. Draw one by Villanova. They can't quite get clean possession off of it, and it's flicked up by Stan Wheeler off the safety netting, and we'll have another faceoff. Both these teams looking for a 2-1 weekend, both 1-1 coming in to this game. 6-0 win for Villanova over John Carroll, 2-1 win over Colorado State. A 2-1 loss, against Colorado State. Stony Brook, on the other hand, a 3-2 win over Colorado State, and a 4-3 loss against Grand Canyon. 1-0 Stony Brook. They win the face-off. And they'll try to establish themselves in the offensive zone. Haskins had it momentarily. Then R.J. Sember overskated it. Now loose right in front of the goaltender, Kapranov. Stony Brook doing a good job being aggressive, fighting for the puck. But Charles Davis goes the other way past the neutral zone. Here's Charles Davis in on his own, and he scores! Charles Davis with the game tire. Takes advantage of a loose puck, and a great solo effort by Charles Davis ties this game up at 1 with 16:48 to go. Get another look at it here. Davis splits two defenders, gets in on his own. Great forehand backhand move to put it into the back of the net. And the restart of play draw is won by Stony Brook. It'll be dumped back in behind. And we will have a stoppage then in the corner. Looks like we're going to get a penalty here on. Looks like Villanova will be the guilty party on a trip. So the tripping call is going to go against Thomas Lynch, captain of this Nova unit, and we will have Stony Brook power play. Nova is 3 for 3 on the kill today. Draw goes off. It's won by Stony Brook, and they'll get themselves set up. William Cormanic with it. He's got it in the corner. Cormanic plays it back up. Paul DeZaro looking back behind the net. Nobody home, though. Played it back out right point. This is Nakagawa. Now Poirier and Nakagawa go back and forth. Poirier gives it off to DeZaro. DeZaro tries a shot, one on a deflection, but it was saved on its way in there by Kapranov. Now reset on the power play. Nova is able to get the clear they were looking for with $1:15 left to go on the kill. So Stony Brook goes back to reset themselves. Now a 1-1 game courtesy of Charles Davis. Poirier leading the pack forward. Poirier drops it off. DeZaro, a shot saved by Kapranov. Another opportunity for Stony Brook goes begging on the power play. 0 for 3 today. This kill continues to be a wall for Villanova. And their best penalty killer again, Kapranov, has been a big part of it. Draw will be to the right side of the Nova 10 here. Won by Stony Brook. It's played behind the net. Peter Labos. Played back to the point. Shot from Haskins. Save made by Kapranov once again. Didn't get it out. Now here's a chance again. Haskins. Shot got deflected in front. Still loose. Pass across the crease. Was waved at and missed by Hyde. And then the net did come off its mooring, so we'll have a stoppage with 14:56 to go. Another offensive zone draw. 24 seconds left on the kill for Nova. Draw one by Stony Brook. Here's Haskins. Top of the slot, shot deflected. Came off the stick of Charles Davis. He's been a great killer today. Now another opportunity, 2-on-1 here for Nova. Davison again. Opportunity for a tight angle. He saved. That time Fogley up to the test. Short-handed opportunity there for Villanova, but it goes begging. Now Hyde into the corner. Last couple seconds will trickle off the clock, and we're back to 5-on-5. 4 for 4, the kill for Villanova today. 12 for 12 on the weekend. It's been magnificent for the Wildcats. Back out to the point. Here's Ted Valenti. Drifting his way into the teeth of the defense. He loses control of it, and James Reagan will take it. Reagan flips it out to the neutral zone. Gloved down by Peter Labos, but he couldn't make anything out of it. Lost at the neutral zone, and finally Hyde comes up with it. Gets it off to Vernillo. Now Labos with it, back over to Vernillo, back to the left point. Now to the right side, Valenti lines up a slapper. That one blocked it. Didn't make its way to Kapranov. Now Kowalski shot that blocked down immediately. Now here's a breakaway opportunity for Villanova. Christian Lepore in alone, and he's stoned by Foglia. A big time save on another breakaway opportunity. How about Michael Foglia turning up big in the third period? We stay tied at 1-1. 13:32 left to go in the third period. It's been a dandy of a third here on Gold Arena so far. Another opportunity here for Nova. Shot from a tight angle. Got blocked. Thomas Lynch tried to force it in there. Stony Brook on their heels right now, and as a shot comes in from the blue line, a battle for the puck. Net comes off. They don't know where the puck is. And again, Foglia stands strong. You can see that goal line scramble there, as Foglia didn't really know entirely where the puck was at, but he was able to stand up and keep it out. So the draw go to the right side of Foglia after everything was sorted out. Face-off won by Stony Brook. They can't get possession, though, cleanly behind their own net. It's picked back up here by Villanova, and we'll have another quick stoppage. It looks like we may have another issue with the net. Didn't really get it secured as they would like. Villanova will take the opportunity to get a change. Face-off brings the puck towards the corner. It's recovered by Stony Brook behind their own net. They need to find a way to get some momentum going in this game, because right now it is all Wildcats for the first time really all day. It's been major advantage to Villanova. Now Stony Brook gains the blue line. Desaro had it. It drifts back out to the first goal scorer today, Joseph Anastasio. Shot from Desaro comes in. That may not have made it all the way to Kapranov. Now a passive cross. Another opportunity and a big pad save made by Kapranov, denying Anastasio his second goal. Now a shot for the point. Another save. Poirier denied that time. Here's another chance drifting in. Shot saved once more by Kapranov. 3 in quick succession. The final to be denied was Christian Malik. "28 shots to 16 in favor of Stony Brook, but the only place the numbers matters on the scoreboard where it's even at 1. Draw to the right side of Kapranov, who's played another dandy, and that last trio of saves, just another example. Draw won by Stony Brook. They dump it in behind the net. It's a battle for it, led by Cooper Smith of Stony Brook. Pass towards the high slot. That's stolen away, and now an opportunity for O'Brien the other direction. Here's O'Brien, sweeps one wide. Stony Brook a chance to break the other way, but it was held in momentarily there by Davian Peretti, and that was big. Let Villanova get some of their numbers back. Now Nova 3-on-2 if they hurry the other way, led by Brennan O'Brien, who takes a quick shot that way off target. Drifts back to the neutral zone, taken away by Peter Labos of Stony Brook. Labos pinned up against the board. Smith in there to help try to dig this puck free for Stony Brook. Now Vernillo. He's holding it. Anastasio tries to go D to D with it. That pass was not very accurate. Now another chance to break here, but Charles Davis could not be found there by teammate Michael Bianco. Anastasio into the offensive zone. He's checked up against the boards by Peretti. It's a two-a-side battle for the puck. They're trying to free it. Stony Brook gets a stick in there, and it does come free as Peretti plays it out. Anderson, and now a pass forward, goes through everybody, and this will be icing. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-LONG. That's 302-466-5664, or visit injuryde.com. We approach the halfway point of the third period. We got a tie hockey game. A goal in the first period for Stony Brook, a goal in the third for Nova. Stony Brook wants the lead back as a shot comes in from Nakagawa. Save made there by Kapranov, and the rebound he cleans up as well. The shot's number 29 in 30 for Stony Brook. Kapranov having a word with the official. It's Ryan Benkin down there he's talking to. Clearly something he does not like going on down there. Anastasio has possession off the draw. Then two Nova players collide, so Anastasio gets it back. Nakagawa looks in the center for Anastasio and couldn't find him. Villanova got the puck. There was a stoppage. And this looks like, again, the net came off of its moorings. It's a bit of a shame for Nova. It looked like they were ready to break out there. Low ceilings and fragile nets. That's unfortunately what Gold Arena's reputation is here in this showcase. But these teams have found ways to adjust, especially Villanova. They're kind of used to it. Their third game here on this sheet. As Nova gets possession off the draw. At least they had it momentarily before it's taken away in the neutral zone and dumped back in by Hyde. Thomas Lynch behind his own net, swirling around, but an aggressive forecheck makes it difficult for him, and he ends up turning it over. Poirier tries a shot from distance. It was blocked right off of the equipment of number 22, Jonathan Naraki. 9:15 to go in the final frame. Poirier brings it up for Stony Brook. He'll drop it back. William Cormanick, the big man, drifting in and out of traffic, trying to force his way through, and then Thomas Lynch puts him on the ice. Lynch to Davis. The goal scorer, Charles Davis, with speed and intent once again, tried to center it. It flicked off the stick of Bianco and then into the glove of Foglia. He'll hold for the stoppage. .8:49 left. And this draw will go to the left side. It's won quickly by Cormanick. He'll dump it behind. DeZaro's outlet pass ended up hitting the safety netting, and we'll have another break. This game has had a very interesting pace to it. It's been very slow at times, and then it's quickened up. Now it has started to slow again in a pivotal moment, late in the third. The Seawolves get it. Here's DeZaro. Paul DeZaro working against Charles Davis. Davis nearly got the better of him there, but DeZaro was able to at least force it off to the boards. Now a neutral ice zone battle for it. DeZaro ends up coming up with it, tries to force it forward for Labos, couldn't get it there. Stan Wheeler looks for a pass forward. That was too far for him, and Stony Brook will recollect the puck. Jackson Haskins dumps it in behind. Quick to chase after it are the Wolves. Cooper Smith couldn't get control of it. Drifts back out to the neutral zone where Christian Lepore will go 1-on-2. He's got some help behind him. If he waits, Lepore drops it off a shot and saved by Foglia. And this draw will go to the left side of the Stony Brook netminder. Face-off won by Labos. To the near side, Stony Brook will quickly force it out, and they'll chase after it quickly. Cooper Smith going down there quickly. Icing was waved off. Smith probably would have been the first there regardless. Nova regains the puck, but it's held in at the blue line. Now a shot from Vernillo that blocked up into the safety netting. Now a draw to the left side for Villanova. Another D-zone opportunity where they have really shown bright. This time they lose it, though, and a quick shot from high. Saved off the mask, it looked like, of Kapranov. Now an opportunity. Nakagawa in alone, saved by Kapranov. Kapranov was in trouble there, but he denied Nakagawa. Nova could use a break, need to get this puck out quickly. Not going to get an opportunity as Nakagawa again directs one on frame, and another save made there by Kapranov. Under 7 minutes to go in the third period. Here's Ted Valenti. Gives it off to Kowalski, back to Valenti. Tries to line one up, nothing there, however. He'll drop it back in behind Tamara. Now it catches the referee as they were trying to clear it out, and it went into the netting anyway, so we'll get a stoppage. But take a look at this beauty by Kapranov. After a poor turnover in the neutral zone, that led to this opportunity for Nakagawa in on his own. Tried to pick out the corner, but Kapranov, the walls, again denied. This faceoff will be to his right. This one won again by Stony Brook. A quick shot, drifts up into the sky. Did not hit the netting, so the play still lives on. Davis comes up with a 2-on-2 rush. He's there with O'Brien. O'Brien will drop it back for Davis. Davis looks for an avenue. Will give it off to Lynch. Lynch shot from distance. Did not take the deflection he wanted. Now another opportunity. Davis from close range. Save made by Foglia. Now again from distance. That one just kind of dumped on the net there by Novin. That one steered away as well. 6:05 left to go in the third period. Now a bad giveaway will nearly end the rush, but Davis able to hold it in. Goes out to the top of the slot, and it's at least cleared to the neutral zone. Novin wanted to dump it back in, but it looked like it dumped it into the benches. So with 5:50 to go, we still are even Stevens here just south of the Pennsylvania border. Draw one by Nova. Fired in by Gannon Austin. Back to recover it. Stony Brook. Now they'll try to get the two-a-side going here. Here's Mara. He gives it across, and they score. Dropped in by Robert Hyde. And late in this one, Stony Brook has the lead back. And we'll take a look at it right here. Just a classic 2-on-1, a great move, and a solid pass and finish from Mara to Hyde. And Wright finds it. It finds its way right in, excuse me. And could Villanova be a victim of another late one? Face-off won by Stony Brook. They have to retreat quickly. Here's Labos. He turned it over, and now a chance here for Villanova the other way. Dylan Anderson into traffic. He tried to drop it back, was trying to pick out Lepore, excuse me. Just 5 minutes left to go. Does Villanova have a response? They are in the offensive zone. Valenti has it for Stony Brook, plays it to the near boards. Can't get it all the way out, and now does force it out. Cooper Smith got it over for Labos. Stony Brook can't get possession, though, offensively. They'll play it out, doesn't get far. Now Valenti will fire it in off of Reagan's stick, so he'll have to go back behind the net to get it. Over on the far side, and leading it forward is Fidicaro. Naraki down there trying to free this puck. The clock gets dangerously close to 4 minutes to play. Pass out into the neutral zone. Now an opportunity again here to put it away. Shot comes in from R.J. Sember. Save made by Kapranov. Stony Brook has comfortably outshot Nova in this game, but for a long period of time, we were knotted up in this period. Now getting into the final 4 minutes, Nova's got to find an answer. Now a shot here from range by Anastasio. That one forced to the corner. Didn't find its way in on net. Pass played off the boards. Back to Anastasio. Swung behind. Lynch has it pinned up against the boards. Wants to get it free. Does come free for the Wildcats. Here's Davis on the near side. Trying to get a rush started. A solid pass over there to O'Brien. A shot from distance. Saved by Foglia. .3:15 to go. Davis has it in the corner. Davis trying to work it around. Looking back for O'Brien. Recovered by Stony Brook there. They cannot get the puck out. Charles Poirier's got to get back and try and make something happen, and eventually they do free it. Anastasio to Poirier, and he'll just hold it and dump it in as Stony Brook went for a change. Sebastian Novin with it for the Cats. He has it taken away down there by Kormanek. It's held back behind the net. Lynch again tries to free it. He has it taken away by DeZaro. Now it's back at the point. Drifting in, DeZaro is shot. Save made by Kapranov. Now it's loose near the crease, and he gets a stoppage and a whistle. Just 2:19 to go, and now the eyes, as the time dwindles down, will go to the Villanova bench. And John Morris, when will he pull Kapranov for the extra skater? Short pause as Kapranov gets his equipment squared away after making that last save. And the reason for the stoppage here. And now Kormanek will get into the dot against Naraki, and Naraki wins it for Villanova. It's quickly flipped to the neutral zone. Finicaro was the intended target there as the pass fired right back into the Villanova zone. They've had a struggle here to get zone time in a pivotal portion of this game. They have it for the time being, but again, an aggressive Stony Brook forecheck's making it difficult for them to find their way out. Pass intended for Finicaro was intercepted by Kormanek. It fired right back in behind the net, and now this will be Stan Wheeler trying to get it out. He gave it off to Thomas Huard. Huard gets the blue line. Again, we look at the cage. No empty net yet. Just 90 seconds to go. Pass out to the neutral zone. Intended for DeZaro. Missed him. Icing is waved off. Stan Wheeler back to recover. Again, we look towards the Villanova bench. Will they make a move? And yes, they will start to, it looks like, as drifting slowly towards the bench there was Kapranov, but he has to drop back as an aggressive forecheck. Forced Villanova back into their own zone, and now they will, again, wait for the move. Kapranov wants to come off, but again, the bench is holding him on. 1 minute left in the period, starting to run out of time. Now they will call for Kapranov, so empty net here for Nova. They'll have just 45 seconds, though, to make something happen. Tight angle shot. Foglia is able to get the cover with just 39 ticks. And looks like we're going to get a Villanova timeout. So not a surprise there. They want to get their best skaters fresh for this final charge. As we again take a look at what got us here, the goal that gave Stony Brook the lead with just over 5 minutes to play, the 2-on-1. Lorenzo Mara hooking up with Robert Hyde for the goal. For Hyde was goal number 9 of the season. Do we have more drama? Villanova lost similarly yesterday. A goal right at the end of the game before Colorado State ended up giving the Rams the win over Villanova. That goal occurred with just over a minute left. Ryan Andor just beat Lou Lorado, who was in the net for Villanova yesterday. Kapranov's played about as well as you can ask. So far, 33 saves on 35 shots for Kapranov. But it may all be for naught if Villanova cannot find an equalizing goal here with 40 seconds to go. pivotal draw won by Stony Brook, but aggressive pressure. Villanova quickly tries to recover in the corner. An opportunity to clear it out for Stony Brook, and it's a big one. It got tipped, so there's no icing. Peretti has to go back and get it. 25 seconds to go. One last rush here. Charles Davis will lead it for Nova. Davis past the red line. Tried to split two defenders. Stolen away. Puck dumped in on frame. Just wide, so no empty net goal. Then a rebound. They score. An empty net goal for Charles Hyde. And it's 3-1 Stony Brook. And they will go with a 2-1 weekend, it seems. A good effort by Villanova. Came back from a goal down in this period, but an empty net goal and the goal with 5 minutes left we've just finished talking about will be the difference in this one. 5 seconds to go. Last few ticks will come off the clock, and Stony Brook with a 3-1 victory to close out their portion of the first state showcase. Robert Hyde, with 2 goals, the game winner and an empty netter, as Villanova ends up with a 1-2 weekend, but they don't have a lot of head hanging to do because they lost both of their games by 1 goal, and they were both decided in the last 6 minutes. The other game was a 6-0 domination, so still some really, really good hockey from the Wildcats this weekend, and Stony Brook certainly as well. They lost a tight one and had 2 victories. All 3 Stony Brook games, it's worth mentioning, all decided by a goal, or in this case 2, but the empty netter again came with fewer than 10 seconds to go. So 3 really competitive games for the Seawolves, and Chris Garofalo's got to be really happy with what his group accomplished this weekend. Special thanks to everybody here from Gold Arena, all the staff, all the broadcasters we've had this weekend. Joe Sindoni on the camera today, for all their help with the first state showcase here on Gold Arena. Again, still have one final game over on Fred Rust. That game set to drop the puck in about 25 minutes. We'll have James Witherite over there for the University of Delaware and Colorado State, our final game of the weekend. We hope you enjoyed all the hockey throughout Newark this weekend, and we hope again that this is the start of a very great tradition here with the first state showcase. So for everybody who's been involved here on Gold Arena, Joe Sindoni, our other broadcasters, Trey Wright, my name's Mark McClure, saying so long, farewell. Final score again here, 3-1, Stony Brook gets the victory.